Hello and welcome to the City Council update for May. I'm Wally Weisopel, City Manager. The City Council met on the 9th of May and then again on the 23rd. And both times they met in a conference meeting, which is their opportunity to discuss policies but not make any decisions. At those two meetings, they talked about what's called a Pell study. And this is for Highway 47 and 65 through Fridley. And this is something that the Minnesota Department of Transportation is doing. And it's called a Pell because it is an abbreviation for Planning Environmental Linkages. And these linkages will allow us to plan future for those two highways to make them more amenable to our city values in terms of highway speeds and also crossings and that type of thing. Look for some meetings this July that'll be conducted by MnDOT, and we hope that you'll attend those. The City Council also had a presentation from our Finance Director, Joe Starks, and this was his opportunity to share with the City Council some of the issues with regard to the outlooks of the budget for next year. So the City Council is already planning on the budget for 2023 by examining the financial conditions of the city, the state, the federal government, and also the economic indicators. And then finally, the City Council heard a presentation from our community development staff regarding citations, administrative citations for code violations. Historically, the city has had a process whereby the staff would identify properties that are not in compliance with city code and send letters to educate them first to homeowners and gain compliance, and then seek remedies either by doing the work ourselves for the homeowner, then billing them, or going into court to have a court order to force the improvements. Administrative citations will allow us to administer those requirements on the property without going to court and utilizing an administrative process here at the city. It's intended that those changes could take place next year, and there'll be public hearings before anything is changed. At the regular meetings, the City Council recognized a couple of our departments here at the city, first being police for National Police Week, and then also presented a recommendation for the Public Works Department with regard to Public Works Week. And we appreciate those two departments for all that they do to keep our city well maintained and safe. At the regular meetings, the City Council awarded a street reconstruction project for the Lakeview area. That project will start this summer. And then they also set a public hearing and then had the public hearing in May for the sale of bonds. And these bonds are going to help with the reconstruction of all of our city parks. And by the City Council taking that action, we'll be able to raise approximately $20 million that will allow us to improve all of our parks, along with some funds that the city has on hand and will have in the future. And it'll take us about 8 years to do that implementation. The City Council then had a joint powers agreement approved for public works services. And this is just in case the city needs help from another community because of a natural disaster or emergency. We need another city's piece of equipment, or that other city might need our piece of equipment. This allows us to share that equipment and in the case of emergencies. The City Council also approved an agreement to make us part of a group that will procure a fencing for security purposes of city buildings. In the case of civil unrest and rioting that could take place, the city would be able to access that fence at no additional cost to the city. The City Council then appointed a commissioner to our Park and Recreation Commission. Suad Mao is now appointed to the commission. She'll begin her term in July. And then the City Council approved the audit for 2021. Each year, the city must submit to an audit of our financial condition to make sure that we have spent the money appropriately and have proper controls on the expenditures that we have done. And that was done by our independent law firm, or independent audit firm, and the City Council accepted that report. That was the update for May. We look forward to the highlights in June. Thanks for watching. I'm Wally Weisopel, City Manager.